What's up guys, welcome to this video. This is the Q&A video that I've been promising for a while, and I've been collecting questions up from social media and from the X Academy forums. Everyone who's asked a question, I've either posted a link below or acknowledged below. Before we get started, if you could hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already, every one of those helps. So we'll start with this, which is a question from FG Epic. I think I'm saying that right. And he's on the X Academy forums and he's got a channel which is linked below. So he asks, what would you think the quickest from A to B in terms of fitness? So I assume he's asking the quickest route from being not fit to fit. If I knew that, I probably wouldn't have made as many mistakes as I already have. The key seems to be consistency. That's all it seems to be. Whether you're doing a certain diet or whether you're in a calorie deficit or anything like that, it's about maintaining that, not having them cheat days, not having them weeks off, and keeping up with that level of moderate exercise with a good diet is all you basically need. And depending on your goals and how far you're willing to push it, it's just upping them levels every time. This next question is from Luca Hill Visuals. Again, got a link in the description below for his channel. What motivates you to carry on with fitness? Well, different things. What motivated me to start with was the desire to live longer. As you start to get old, you start to think about that a bit more. It's probably really difficult to think about if you're 17, 18, 19, that kind of age, because you know you're going to live forever at that age. But as you get older and you have children, that kind of motivates you to want to start the fitness journey. Following on from that, I drew inspiration from other YouTubers, from celebrities such as Arnold Schwarzenegger, and read his life story. All of the different people that have already been on this journey. There's loads of media out there to keep you inspired. You've got to draw your own goals up and draw your own inspiration. So for me at the moment is wanting to get to a certain point by the end of the year. And the reasons for that being just because I'm now on the journey. Now it's gone full circle and it's actually creating content and keeping up with the channel and wanting to show that before and after on the channel one day that keeps me motivated now. That follows nicely into Hiccup's question. Again, from the X Academy forums, check out all the links below for all these channels. Hiccup's asked, what is your goal for your YouTube channel? So, my goal for my YouTube channel originally was to keep me motivated. If I've got to create content, then I've got to keep going. It quickly developed into helping other people. People asking me questions in real life and then me answering that on the channel, like what is keto, all sorts of videos that you'll see on my channel. And all of that has started me thinking about what mistakes I've made, what I've tried and didn't work, what I've tried and has worked. And so now I just want to, if I could change one person, two people, and help them live a bit longer and a bit happier life, I'm happy with that. There's so many channels out there that have a shredded guy on and he's already absolutely toned, and then he's doing some exercises and you're thinking, well, I want to look like him, so I'll do that. But I'm trying to take that from a new angle, where I look like you, I'm the everyday guy, and I want to look like them, but I'm showing you the journey all the way through. So that's my goals for the channel. And the next question is Infamous Sibs. He's got a great channel. I've not just got a link below, but if you go to my main channel, it's on the right hand side of there. He asked, why did I start my YouTube channel? That's the same sort of answer to the last one with a bit of a twist. So I started it because I was watching people like Remington James, and he does recipes, and every time I came across something I really liked or something I really wanted to try, I looked for a UK version or looked at the facilities we had over here, and it just didn't seem to be there. And there is other channels that are doing a similar thing, but I couldn't find all that in one place. I couldn't find somebody that was in my situation, going through same things I'm going through, and with the same physique, but wanting to improve it, and showing them recipes and everything like that. So I started it as a service to myself and hopefully to inspire one or two other people. Next one from X Academy is Hydrant. He asks, what do you want to achieve by the end of 2020? So my goals for the end of 2020 were very different at the beginning of 2020, as I'm sure they were for everyone with this pandemic and everything that's going on. I'm not going to go through my goals at the beginning of 2020 because I was in a different situation. I have a very simple, basic goal now to the end of 2020. For myself, I want visible abs when relaxed all the time. So you can see my ab muscles come through. I've lost the beer belly, as it were, or the dad bod, and that's what I want by the end of that time. Not to go on the beach, not to show off, nothing like that. Just for me, my own self-confidence and personal reasons. For the channel, by the end of 2020, I'm hoping to have 1,000 subscribers. Don't get me wrong, I'm hoping to have them by next week. But realistically, by the end of this year, I want 1,000 subscribers on the channel, which will enable us to grow and develop even better. Other than that, everything else I just take as it comes. Hydrant's a bit cheeky, he's got a second question in. He said, what's been your biggest challenge in this process? My biggest challenge in the process of fitness is sticking to it, is not snacking. There was snacks in the house, sweet stuff, savoury, all sorts, and it was always there. And although I bought my own food in and tried to be disciplined, it was just too easy to grab a bag of crisps, grab a chocolate bar, or when one of the children came up and offered me a piece of chocolate, I was like, yeah, go on, I'll just have one. And that was, yeah, it was really bad. So that was that's always been the biggest challenge, temptation. Even now. So I'm living just with me and my son Justin that you've seen on the other videos, where it's just us living here now, so we can stock in what we need. But we still get the kids every weekend, so we are getting stuff for them. So we've got to be a bit more disciplined still when we get that stuff in. And then the challenge has always been keeping inspired and keeping motivated. And I assume a lot of people will have that challenge. You see it all the time, every year. You'll get the same when the gyms reopen as you do in January, where you're going to get an influx of people coming in, ready to change, ready to do everything, ready to have this ripped physique. And then within a month or two, sometimes less than that, sometimes a week, they've given up on that. And not so much given up on themselves, but just slowly got less and less motivated, and 5 days at the gym went to 3 days at the gym, went to 2 days at the gym, went to 1 day, went to a week off, and then there you go, your membership sat there doing nothing. So the basic answer to the question is self-discipline and staying motivated, the two biggest challenges anyone faces doing this. So Daniel Red from X Academy, he also said, did you change your diet when you started on this journey? So the answer is not essentially at first, because I started this journey with an MMA fight, which I published the video to not so long ago. I'll put that on at the end of this video so you can link to it and go and have a look at that one if you want to. It's a good video, it's a bit of an assessment of the fight. Now, I lost that fight, but the 6 weeks leading up to it, it was all about the fitness, and it got me realising how unhealthy I was. So after that, I was just trying to sort of be more good, less takeaways, things like that, but not essentially a diet, as it were. It's only as I started to bring the channel together and started to think about this idea that I started looking at diets, and I went straight in at a ketogenic diet. Because I had a lot of excess weight, that worked so successfully for me the first time round. I lost nearly 2 stone. And that was absolutely brilliant. I did lose some strength, we've talked about that in previous videos. I lost some strength gains. These fad diets aren't great, but for quick, fast results, it did what I wanted it to do. So yes, I started on a keto diet, but as my knowledge has increased and over time, I've developed that into just a really well balanced, controlled diet, and making sure that the stuff that I'm putting into my body is good things. Only good stuff, because that helps not just your physical health but your mental health as well. Clawware, she's got a channel that's linked below, great travel channel, so a good thing to subscribe to and watch her. She's from the X Academy forums as well. She's asked, how long did it take you to enjoy going to the gym? She says she struggles with getting motivated because she seriously doesn't enjoy doing any sports. Now, I've always enjoyed partaking in sports. I've never been particularly amazing at any one sport. I just enjoy taking part and involved and getting the energy up. Regards to enjoying going to the gym, I think it got me through that fight experience, and it was at the end of that when I started going to the gym, and I was enjoying it more because it was on my terms. I think it's good to have somebody to drive you, and that got the bug going. But when you can plan it yourself and you get into that routine, not going to the gym and just going through the motions and doing the same thing every day, but you're going with a target, going, right, today I'm going to do 100 barbell curls, I'm going to increase my weight by 2 kilos. you start to motivate yourself to do it. And I enjoy going to the gym now for the challenge and to see how far I can push myself. Some people just don't, but there's elements of the gym that you might hate that you can eliminate. Like, I cannot go to the gym and stand on a treadmill for 60 minutes. Run, not stand, but run on a treadmill for 60 minutes. I just can't do it. And I see people in the gym doing it, and I kind of envy that, but it's just not me. When I go to the gym, I'll do a bit of cardio, I'll do a bit of warm-up, but then it's all about the weights and it's all about the stuff I enjoy doing, but I also need to help build a body. The only thing I can say is stick with it. If you don't like the gym you're at, change the gym you're at. If you don't like going on your own, get a training partner. If you know, just try and make it as painless as possible for yourself. Start finding things you like to do, and then you'll just become more motivated and enjoy it more. So Callum56 is asked, do I use any supplements and what's best for you? What's best for me? I don't know fully. It's still all in experimental stages. The only thing I've stuck to since day one, since starting the keto diet, is a multivitamin every day. That's probably more necessary at my age than it is for younger people, but I have that every single day. Within the last month, I've been taking biotin, which is supposed to be good for your nails and hair and things like that, and with the alopecia, I thought it can't hurt. I take BCAAs, so branched chain amino acids. I've got them in tablet form at the moment as a supplement, but I'm hopefully going to be getting an order from Final Boss where I can get that in a nicer liquid drink form. Any other supplements is protein when the diet permits it. Sometimes I need to top that protein level up, sometimes I don't, so I'm not religiously having 2 or 3 protein shakes a day. I'm going off my macros each day, going off how hungry I am and what I need for my body. But I will have protein shakes. I was doing creatine, but I've not been doing recently because I want to lose so much weight. When I start to build up more, then maybe I'll go back onto the creatine. That's it for X Academy ones. Don't forget to check out X Academy. It's been absolutely great for me. If you've followed the channel and you've seen the progression of my videos and the quality of the thumbnails, how that started to go up, that is all thanks to the guys at X Academy. There's a link down in the description so you can join and sign up and check it out for yourself. There's a free trial period, but I highly recommend you just stick with it. It's great. I've signed up for the full year, and I'll probably renew after that as well. So off Instagram we've got It's Chocolate Boy. It's Chocolate Boy's also got a YouTube channel and an Instagram, and he does car cleaning and reviews cleaning products and gift boxes from car companies, all sorts of things like that. Great, go and check that out. He's asked, am I working towards a weight or an image goal? So kind of the image is the main thing for me, because I'm dropping weight and I've dropped 10 kilos in the last few weeks, and that's great, and it's great for the shape that I'm starting to get. But the ultimate goal is an image, is a size, is 1970s smallish bodybuilder size. That's the ideal, that's the dream, yeah, to get to that kind of level. Now with that comes a weird thing with your weight, because I could probably go onto a cutting diet and drop loads of weight off completely. So the actual numbers on the scales are going down, 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 down. But it's the shape I want. I should actually weigh more than I do now with that shape, with losing the stomach, gaining the muscle in the right places. So weight's never really been a factor for me, but it is a good metric at the points that you want to lose it. So my goal is body image, but weight worth keeping an eye on as well. There's another question off Instagram, and this is Tracy.Anthony, which is actually Anthony Tracy, so I know him, and he's asked me this because he's a chef, and if I get it wrong, he won't be happy. So he said, well, in my opinion, what's the best cut of steak? So I can't get it wrong because it's my opinion. So it's very weird with steak, because a cut that you get from a supermarket is one thing, and the same cut that you get from a really good restaurant can be completely different. In my experience, one of my favourites is a flank steak. Hard to get over here in certain places, but in the States, in Texas, it was absolutely beautiful. Perfectly cooked, and that was my favourite. The go-to one over here for me is, I try and go with sirloin, because it's just a good, it's least fat on it for the diets I'm on. I'm sure you could tell me better what the best steak is with you being a chef, but if you tell me what the best steak is, I expect you to cook it for me as well. Cheers, mate. Another question off Instagram. This is Bethany Aspen. She's asked quite a lot, what are healthy fats, why do I need them, and where can I find them? Right, so I'm nowhere near an expert on this, and a nutritionist will tell you all sorts. But I had an experience of this when I did keto. With ketogenic, you've got to keep your fats up. You can do dirty keto and eat loads of horrible fats and hopefully your body will convert it. But clean fats in things like avocado, and it's basically, if you want to check that out on anything, look at the label, and it's the saturates you're trying to avoid. So if you've got 12 grams of fat and only 0.3 of saturates, you're more than likely onto a healthy fat there. Yeah, that's all the advice I can really give on that, because I'm by no means an expert on this, and if anyone is, please comment below and give a better answer for that one if you can. When I was on keto, I just tried to keep the saturate levels down. Your body needs all of it. It's when you do start to do extreme diets and cut all the fat out of your diet, then your body's going to have to compensate for that. It's like when you've got a really high carbohydrate diet, that is forms of sugar, and that's going to gain you more weight than a high fat diet ever would. So it's about getting them macros right every time. So it's not so much, you can't think of it as fat is just going fat. It's what your body needs for energy to burn, and it's different types of energy. So if you're doing just walking slowly all the time, or whether you're doing HIIT things, whether it's bursts of energy or whether it's a level plane of energy across the board, your body's utilising different macros and different elements like fat, carbs, protein for the different things it needs. That's my answer. I'm not a scientist, I'm not a doctor, don't quote me. Disclaimer, disclaimer. Thanks for your question. Got one off Facebook. This is Aaron Davids. Aaron's not got a YouTube channel linked, but I'll put a link down below because he's a really good aspiring author. So check out his work below. I'm pretty sure quite a lot of his stuff's free anyway to have a look at and to read, so it's well worth checking out if you get a chance. He's asked, when doing regular exercise, how often should you have a rest day? Now, if you order a plan offline of somebody, they're going to say you should have this many rest days. You should have 3, 1, 2, 6, 9. I'm not going to tell you any of them. I'm going to say you've just got to listen to your body with that one. You really have. Don't think a rest day or a rest 2 days or a 3 days off is going to dramatically lose everything. It takes weeks for your body to start then breaking down the muscle and you're losing the physique you've got. So if you feel your body needs a rest and you need a few days off, do it. Take a holiday, take a break. Personally, during a working week, I will rest muscle sets rather than having a full rest day. So that's why it's great to throw a leg day in the middle, because you're resting a lot of your other muscle sets there. Or some people change that up with a pull day and a push day. So you are always resting something, but you're always working something. I generally seem to be having rest days now on a weekend because that's when I get my children, and unless they're off to bed early and I get a chance, or they're doing something in the day I get a chance, which I do tend to squeeze a little bit of something in, I'm usually not doing a big workout that day. Thanks for your question, Aaron. Speak to you soon. And last but not least, really relevant question from Mark Goundry. He said, why do you seem to forget your gun on Warzone? I don't forget my gun on Warzone, Mark. I seem to remember getting 7 kills in a squads game the other day, so yeah. And we all have bad days. So we'll leave that there, we'll not go into the gaming. You want to look at the gaming channels, go and check out the other channel, Panic Zoom Mike. So that's all we have for the questions. Seems to be a lot of it was about why I started. All you need to do is set yourself an end goal. And whether that is, I want to go to the beach and take my top off and go and look shredded, or whether that be, I want to be able to breathe a bit better, I want to be able to run for a bit longer, I want to bring my resting heart rate down. It can be any goal you want, but set that goal, write that goal down, physically write it down, pen and paper, pad, whiteboard, on screen, whatever you've got to do. Get that goal written down somewhere you're going to see it every single day. So use that to drive yourself forward. Thanks for watching, thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to like and subscribe, please, it really does help, and check out the rest of my content. Any videos you'd like to see or you'd like to see more of, comment below, I'll respond to every comment I get.